Okay, welcome back to Starters Order 6. Um, so, we left off last time with Sitta having just run in a not ideal distance and coming last and being rated 30. So that's not wonderful. And then we have Just Precious. So she's rated 52 now. And she came 6 out of 10. So she's doing, marginally better than Sitta. And Native Colony, our 2-year-old, he's too young yet to be, or he's not too young to be entered, but we don't have any races to enter him into just yet. Shouldn't be too much longer until we can enter him though. So first things first, I'm actually going to name my stable and choose a location. So I forgot about that last time. That's why this globe here is flashing. It's because we need to choose a location. So it's automatically put us here, wherever this is. Look, I'm not up on my English geography, so I don't know what's going on here. But I think we want to be fairly local to Ascot, Newbury, Salisbury, Goodwood, all of these. So we might pick sort of just in this little area here. Yep, there we go. So when you first pick your stable location, you can only choose it once. So you can only set it once. So you need to make sure that you choose, the place that you really want to be when you do this. So I'm actually not too sure. Hold on. Okay, so I was going to say I'm not too sure what this affects, but it actually affects the location running expenses. So here, where they put us, well, where we were sort of just initially located, our expenses level is 1, so I'm assuming that means it's cheaper to be in this area than it is to be down here near the heart of racing. So here we go, so down here it's expenses level 5. Alright, that changes things a little bit, because when we're racing at the bigger tracks, we'll more likely have more money by then, so it won't matter if we're travelling a further distance. But for when we're starting out, we really need to stay within a budget. So, and considering you can't change it, I'm not really sure what the ideal thing to do here would be, but I think I might choose around here. So we're local to these tracks. Okay. So the closer you get to down here, yeah, the more expensive it gets. Alright, we might go here. I think that'll do. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but we'll go here. Now, if you guys can tell me where we're located, that would be really nice, because I don't know where anything is in England. I don't know anything about the place. Yes. So where are we? If you know, let me know. I'd like to know where we are, approximately. Alright, so let's get out of here. Hold on. No. Okay, so I wanted to name our farm. So we'll go into the little I here. Rename stable, no name farm. So I'm going to name it the same thing I always name my stable, which is Hanover. Oh, we don't have a capital. Oh, there we go. Hanover Lodge. So the reason I name it Hanover Lodge is because when I was a kid, I was obsessed with dressage, and my riding instructor told me that if I wanted to be really successful at it, I'd need to get some type of warm blood, probably a Hanoverian. So ever since then, I always name my stables Hanover Lodge in all games. Yeah, actually my only experience with an actual Hanoverian is that I barrel raced on one once that I was riding at a riding school, and that was just a terrible idea because we were racing against these sporty little Arabs and quarter horses, and so this floaty warm blood did this beautiful sort of round floaty canter around the barrels incredibly slowly. So we got no speed up, we weren't sort of shooting around the barrels, we weren't cutting in nice and close, we were doing beautiful cadenced canter around the barrels. And then when we were coming back down this sort of the straight, so we went around the final barrel and we came back through between the first two barrels, I was going, come on mate, go, you can go faster. And one of my reins snapped. And so it was dangling around his front legs, and of course he's freaking out and he's doing these little hoppy rears like, oh my god, what's going on? So needless to say, we did not win. Anyway, so that's me and Hanoverians. Alright, so back to starters orders. Sitta. So I'm going to try and find her a nice low rated handicap to run in, because now that she's run in her maiden, she has a handicap rating of 30, which is the lowest it can go, which means we can now enter her in a handicap which will give her a better chance of maybe doing something if we can get her in something like this. So I'd like to enter her in this 2 mile handicap because it's 0 to 70. So that's 0 to 70 rating. But that's earlier than I'd like to enter her, because she ran not long ago, so her condition bar is quite low here. So I don't want to run her for a little while yet, so I might just leave her alone for now, and we'll see if we can enter Just Precious in something. So a mile 6, what did the jockey say? I believe the trip suited perfectly. Okay, so we'll try and get something... oh, there's not much going on for her. Her at the moment. Native Colony. Oh, we still can't enter him either. Okay. So this, 105. You know what, we're just gonna enter her in this. Enter horse. Alright. There we go. So we have her entered. I'm gonna skip ahead to the next sale and see if we can pick up some cheap, low-rated horse that might make us some money. So what's not talking?
And the going is standard.
Oh, that's not talking. Not talking.
Is at 6.
Mile 1 by Group 1 winner. Restrained towards rear, last halfway, never a factor. No, I don't think I want to go with him. Hannigan's Lodger, no, look at her reserve, that's not good. Mawakef. No, I'm not really interested in those. So we might skip ahead a little bit more. Next Thursday. Okay, let's go racing, skip.
Welcome to the race course. The weather today is
announcer,
shh,
we're not still at the races, God.
Race 1 is at 8 furlong, 12.
No, none of these are looking like what I want either. Let's keep skipping. Oh, jeez, this is going to get old quickly.
Today's racing is from Lingfield.
Janud.
The weather today is overcast and the
Came
going
last,
is
no. I don't want to get
Race
something that
6
bad.
is at
Or
14.
a 34 rating. So
Furlong,
ideally I
4
want something that's rated between 50 and 70 and has a very low reserve price. And that looks like I might be able to bump their rating up a bit so we can sell them for a profit.
Today's racing is from Kempton. The weather today
550.
is patchy rain,
Okay, so she's 10. She's a bit older than I'm looking for. 542.
Race 6
He's
is at
3.
5 furlong,
So he likes a
8
mile
on
2.
selling
I
rate.
also like it if they have, if they say here, buy a Group 1 winner or even a Group 2 or Group 3 winner. That can indicate that they're maybe going to potentially do a little bit better. So he's come dead last in all his races. No. I'm not going to take him either. Alright, let's keep skipping. Oh! Oh no! I skipped Just Precious' second race. She came 7th out of 10. Bugger, should I watch it? No, because I know the result now. Oh, I'll have to be careful not to do that again. Damn it. Okay, well her potential rating has filled up a little bit more. It's nearly at its maximum. So held up, which appeared to suit well enough, got the distance well, we just didn't have the pace to get into the race. So that's that's a little bit frustrating. However, her ratings actually dropped in that one. I'm not surprised that she didn't do too well in this. I didn't really want to enter her into it, but there was nothing else to enter her in. So, alright, let's see. There's no mile 6 races. Any 2 mile races for Sitta? Oh, not a mile 7. Okay, so she should essentially be ready to run at any time. Yeah, so her condition bar, this pale green one, is right up to the top, which means she's ready to run at any time. Alternatively, you can go to training and check the eye here, and the head lad feedback here says this horse is fit and ready to race. So, whereas this one, Just Precious, so she's just run, it says this horse could do with a few more days before racing. So, That's another way of checking to see if they're ready to go. Native Colony is raring to go, but we've got nothing to enter him into, so... Alright, Sitta, 2 miles. 0 to 90, 0 to 80, 0 to 85. Group 2. Oh, it's going to be exciting when we can run in Group 2s and... okay. What's the lowest rated handicap we can get her into? 0 to 80, there's only 5 here. Then we've got this 0 to 80 with 12. So I like to enter my horses, especially the rubbish horses, inverted commas. I like to enter them in races that don't have a large field, because it just, it gives them a slightly better chance of actually placing and not being held up or boxed in. So we're going to suffer this late declaration penalty because I wasn't paying attention and I was too focused on getting a new horse. And we missed the cutoff date. So 280. Oh, okay, so she's got a really low weight, so I might actually sort this by weight and go for the lowest weight we can get. Yeah, that'll do. I want to give her all the advantages we can. Okay, so Native Colony actually does have races we can enter him into now. So 5 furlongs. So once again, I'm going to look for a small field because I want to give him his best shot in this race. You know what, we're probably going to go for this 5-runner field here. So maiden 2-year-old, enter. Most expensive? Yeah, okay. Most expensive jockey, because that's how I like to do it. Okay, so we'll skip ahead to the next sales. Okay, so we're going to watch Sitta run today. Of course, she is most definitely not the favourite. Alright, let's just watch the race. I'll let the jockey decide what tactics to use. Loading. So I've actually updated the game to the latest patch, the very latest one that was released, I think, maybe today. And it does take longer to load the races. However, the graphics are looking just immensely better. Which also could be because I adjusted the graphics settings to be higher. Alright, so we'll zoom out a little bit and we're going to speed up. So Sitta, number 6. So I also figured out that if you press N, it puts the horses' names above them on the field, which I don't know if I'm a fan of this. We'll see how we go. It kind of blocks off the jockeys and looks a little bit odd, but we'll see how we go. So Sitta, last time the jockey rode her handy. It looks like that may be what he's doing again. Alright. Come on, Sitta. 8 furlongs to go. So last time he was riding her handy, and because it was a mile 6 race and the pace was too much for her, she was dead last while he's sort of going, come on, you can go. And so that was not wonderful. Right, 5 furlongs. Come on, Sitta. What are these options? Oh, I don't want to press these options in case they do something weird. I'll have to experiment with those when I'm not watching a race. Okay, come on, Sitta, you can go. Come on. I'm gonna take off the names. Come on. Oh, she's dead last again. Bugger. No. Okay, settled early, mid-division halfway, weakened. What does it say about her? Ridden handy, sorry but we had no chance out there. Aww. I wish the jockey would have given me more information about that. Like, is it because the trip didn't suit? Is it because she was outclassed? Like, why didn't she... I guess if he's saying sorry but we had no chance out there, it's probably because she was outclassed. Which isn't surprising. She's rated 30. The nearest rating to her is 21 points above her. So, I'm not surprised. Which actually, that horse won. Which is a little bit heartening to see. Alright, so let's skip the rest of the day and check out these sale horses. So this one, rated 54, 1,000, Medicine Man. 5 furlong by a group 3 winner. Behind halfway, never competitive. Soon weakened. No. I don't think he's what we're looking for. Alright, let's skip See if we can enter Sitta in something of a lower rated handicap. The frustrating thing is there doesn't seem to be any around at the moment. So ideally for her, I'm looking for a 0 to 70 to try her in. There's nothing really around at the moment, just Precious. A mile 6. No, nothing going on. So if you're just starting out and you've never played starters orders before, I picked normal mode, which basically means that you start out with less money, fewer horses, and the quality of those horses is going to be lower. So if you're first starting out, or you're trying to get decent horses, maybe to get a league breeding system going, you really want to be picking easy mode, because it's going to start you out with more money and more horses, and hopefully slightly better horses. So the ones I've got here, they're not wonderful, but I wanted to set a challenge for myself, so that's why I picked them. So I don't really want to pay $9,000 for any horses at the moment, because our bank balance is not looking wonderful, and he's the lowest reserve here, apart from this 0 reserve. So I find if there's a 0 reserve, usually that horse is actually going to go for a decent amount of money. Don't ask me why, that actually just, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't always happen, and I've just thought that it does. But I have noticed that possibly being a thing. Okay, we'll go again. Skip day.
Today's racing is from
1500, rating 34 and 12. That's definitely not what I'm looking for. So 536? No! I don't want to pay 8,000 for a 53 rated horse. No. Alright, let's skip. And tomorrow, alright, so we have Native Colonies Maiden. Let's go to the races. We'll skip.
The racing today's racing is from Kempton.
Come on, Native Colony. There we go.
Race 6 is at 5.
Alright, let's watch this guy go. Now, fingers crossed, he's going to be the saviour of our stable. He's going to... Honestly, he's never going to be a world beater. He's not going to win us a lot of prize money. But if he is rated anything decent, he may get us some money if we can sell him. So, our favourite here is Lanty's Luck. And our boy is rated 4 to 1. Alright, space. Let's do this. Okay. Native Colony. So he's this guy here. This pretty pale bay. And I am going to call the horses pretty because I'm such a horse girl. Alrighty. Oh, come on, the race is almost over. Come on, mate. Oh no! He's going to come last too! Oh no! Oh, Native Colony, I had such high hopes. Okay. 6 of 6. Ridden handy. We had no chance out there. The horse ran very green and should improve on this. Well, that's heartening to see. Hopefully he should improve. He was ridden handy. Once again, ridden handy. Nowhere near the front runners. Alright. There we go. Oh dear. Selling race. No, I don't think I want that horse. So we're doing just genuinely dreadfully. I'm tempted to sell all these horses and see if we can buy something better, but I don't really want to abandon our starter horses. Not yet, anyway. So 2 miles. 0 to 95, 0 to 85, 0 to 80, 95, 85, 75. That's what I'm looking for. Something, as low as we can get. I think there might be 0 to 60 races as well, but none of them are showing up at the moment. So lowest weight I'm going for here, Anne Allison. There we go. And now Just Precious. A mile 6. There's nothing going on for over a mile 6 at the moment. So I might even try her over. No. I was going to try her over a mile 7, but the only mile 7 races is 0 to 105 handicap. She's definitely not going to do any good in that. Alright, Native Colony. Where's Juvenile Constitution? So he can take a couple of races over his first season. Ideally, I don't really want to enter him into another maiden, but there's nothing else to enter him into. So 5 furlongs. If we can get a hard track, that would be nice, but it doesn't seem like there's really any around at the moment. So a small field. Come on, there's got to be a small field somewhere. I'm just desperate for one of these horses to do something halfway decent. Alright, we'll pop him in here. He's the only one who's had a run, so hopefully he's got a little bit of an advantage because of that. Okay, so let's skip, go racing, skip. Alright, so we've got a reserve of 500 for a rating of 56. This is looking a little bit better. So our average best distance is 6 furlongs. She isn't side by a group winner of any kind, which is a little bit disappointing, and she's come near last or last in every one of her races. No. No, I don't want her. How about 1,000 for 51 rating? Royal Envoy? Royal Envoy. Envoy? I don't know. At mile 4. Oh no. Avon Rose. What about you? No. Oh, we're really not having much luck here.
Today's racing is from Lingfield. The weather today is overcast.
None of them either. When's our next race? 23rd of April. Alright, so we can safely skip to the next Thursday sales. Here we go.
Welcome to Newmarket.
50.
The weather today is overcast.
So there's really nothing going on at the moment. It can take quite a while to find that horse that sits in that perfect niche of being cheap with a low rating, but with the potential to up that rating. It can take quite a while to find something like that. I think I found in the earlier games it was a little bit easier to find that because the trainers were entering their horses in races that they weren't suited to fairly frequently. And I don't know if that was due to there being a smaller pool of horses in the game, so that horses had to race more often. So the jockeys, the trainers tended to enter them in races that didn't suit them. I'm not sure if that's the reason, and because there's a bigger pool of horses in this game, it doesn't seem to happen as much, or if the jockeys are just smarter. I keep saying jockeys. The trainers were just smarter. Are just smarter in this one. Led halfway inside. Okay, so this one hasn't. This one's rating is steadily going down. However, it's being run over distances that don't suit it. So this is a situation where I might be interested in this horse, Francesca. She's actually being run in distances that don't suit her. It says here outpaced and lost place towards finish. So if we pop her in a mile 2 race, which is her average best distance, we may be able to bump up her rating a little bit. So we'll skip Alcalige. Skip Due by a Fair. We have Francesca. She's nice and cheap, and she's not too old. That's what I like to see. Alright, I think we've got her. I don't think anyone wants her. Oh, her disposition is very excitable. I may need to pay for the $200 to have someone there to calm her down on race day. We might try without that. What does our head lad say about her? This horse is a little jaded and requires more time before racing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because whenever I buy a horse from the sales, I always remove it from whatever race it's been entered into. Because I don't know, I like to know all the ins and outs of the race I'm entering the horse into, rather than just leave it with what the previous trainer was doing. So a mile 2, we want it fairly far into the future because she ran 3 days ago. And we want something really low rated. We don't want a maiden, because maidens tend to attract these. Sunrise Lyric, a rating of 81. She's rated 41. We don't want to run her against him. Or her, sorry. The 0 to 80 handicap might be the best we can find. What is she like? Softer ground. Alright, we'll put her in here. She's going to have the advantage of a very low weight. So we'll get the lightest jockey we can. Okay, O'Neill. Alright. So when's our next race? I'm happy now that we have another horse. Even though she's possibly worse than the other ones we have. We just have another chance to do something
Welcome to
halfway
Leicester.
decent. Alright, Native
Race
Colony.
2 is
Native
a
Colony is the
5 furlong,
favourite in this
circuit
race,
runner
possibly
Nathan.
only because he's the only one who's run before. So I'm not going to get my hopes up. We'll press play. See how we go. Come on. This loading does take significantly longer since I put the graphics options up. I didn't realise that I had them so low, actually, last time I played. And I don't know why I would have had them set that low, because I have like a fairly beefy PC, and Sada's Orders isn't, remotely taxing for it, so I don't know why I had it set so low. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I did. So there we go. I might not speed this up because it is such a short race. Okay, so this course is a bit undulating. Alrighty. Come on, Native Colony. You can do this. I love these greys. I'm a sucker for a pretty grey, and I love this sort of rose grey look here. It's beautiful. Okay, 2 furlongs. 2 furlongs out. Come on, mate. Oh, look, number 5. Requin. No, Requin, stop. Stop, no. Come on, Native Colony. Come on, Native Colony. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Jockey, what are you doing? You're going to run out of time. I think he's just got nothing left. So much for being the favourite. Oh, no. Oh well, I can't say I'm surprised. Ridden handy. Sorry, but we had no chance out there. The horse should benefit from this run. So he's obviously still adjusting to racing. He's not a fast learner by any means.
Race 3 is a...
So hopefully he's going to just keep improving. So he's nearly reached his full potential, which is a little bit disappointing. But, 2-year-olds, when the game rolls over to the next season, 2-year-olds often tend to... their maximum possible potential tends to just jump up a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that. So at the moment, he's 50... His maximum potential is probably 54 out of 100. So we'll keep an eye on that, and when we roll over the season, I'm going to write that down so I don't forget it. 54 out of 100 Native Colony. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that, and next time when we finally get through the season, we'll check and see if his potential rating jumps up any higher than 54. That'll be interesting. Okay, so when's our next race? 26th. Okay, so tomorrow. Skip. Sitta's running. Oh gosh.
Hello and welcome to Goodwood.
At least she should
The weather
hopefully
today
beat
is
First
foggy,
Union.
and the going
She might
is
come
superb.
second last. Oh dear, Sitta. And it's foggy. So if anyone knows whether foggy means that the track is heavy, they could let me know. I mean, I could check after this race anyway, actually. But I've never figured out how foggy affects the race. I mean, obviously it would affect the visibility in real life, but I don't know what impact that has in the game. I'm really not too sure. So Sitta's the one that the jockey keeps running her handy. And by handy, Sitta's version of handy is mid-pack to dead last. Even over her preferred distance. I'm just hoping we find just a track that she likes, that she does miraculously, amazingly well on. Maybe that's Goodwood. Maybe that's Goodwood. Oh dear. Alright, so she's in 3rd place. This is looking maybe slightly more promising than before. Although, for a 2-miler, you ideally want them to be, an even pace horse, or preferably hold up. Because that gives them a chance to have something in reserve when they come into the final stretch. And Sitta's obviously has a preference for racing handy. Look at her. Everyone's passing her. She's got nothing left. 2 furlongs out. Oh, sweetie. She's dead last. Oh no, Sitta! Oh. Oh dear. So what was this? This was a 0 to 75 handicap. They don't come much lower than that. Settled early. Progress in front rank. Halfway. Weakened. Okay, what does the jockey say? Ridden handy. Sorry, but we were well outclassed. Well outclassed in a 0 to 75 handicap. I don't know what we're going to do with her.
Today's racing is from Kempton.
Oh,
the
dear.
weather today is overcast
No, I don't wanna
and the
do those
going
anything.
is standard.
Uh,
Race 6
No,
is at 14. Furlong, 6.
Alright, so all our hopes are riding on Francesca miraculously being a decent horse. Okay, so what we might do is we'll skip ahead... Oh, I missed the sale. We'll skip ahead to Francesca's race and see how she goes, and that might do for today.
Today's racing is from Chester.
I have a
the weather
very
today
early day
is
tomorrow at work.
and the going is good to firm. Race 6 is at
No,
5.
I don't want any of those. I'm going slowly because I don't want to skip her race. I really want to watch her.
Hello and welcome to
race.
York. The weather today is overcast.
500
and the
rated
going is
40.
good.
No, she's too old. Don't want
Race
her.
6 is
No,
at
I don't want
5.
any of
Furlong.
those. Okay, so we'll skip ahead to the next race. Skip day. Go racing. Let's do this. Skip.
Today's
Francesca.
racing is from Wolverhampton. The weather
Alright.
today is overcast and the going
Let's watch
is
this
fast.
race. Loading. So who's our favourite for this one? I didn't check before. Jack Rio is our favourite. And Francesca, 10 to 1. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. There she is on the inside, the pretty grey with the Cadbury silks. So we'll zoom out. We'll skip ahead. Or not skip, but speed up. I really prefer this pretty rose grey Sprite here to this light grey, but not Sprite. Model. What am I talking about? She seems to be a front rank horse maybe, and I don't think she's doing too well at it. Oh no, this is why I don't watch the races. I get so disappointed when we don't do well. Come on, Francesca. Come on, you can come not dead last. No, she can't. Dead last. Alright. Skip. Bolted on the way to post. Okay. Dwelt, soon recovered and prominent. Close up halfway. Faded. Ridden handy. Sorry, but we're well outclassed. The horse got very worked up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some blinkers on her. I don't notice that the pacifiers here, blinkers, visor and noseband, do anything whatsoever to help calm them down. It doesn't seem very noticeable. So that's why I usually tend to avoid very excitable horses. But, you know, I just wanted another horse. Oh dear. We're not doing very well.
Race 2 is at 9.
Needless to
Furlong,
say.
9. Run a handicap.
You know what, I'm tempted to just sell all of these and try and get something halfway decent. You know what, I think that's going to do for tonight. There we go. Thank you for watching, if you did. And hopefully next time we manage to do something halfway decent, because we're failing badly here. Look at these results. Oh dear. Alright, thanks guys. Hopefully you stuck around through that schmozzle. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Alrighty. See you later.